Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of Erinn's Book Club. I just finished another book that I would like to do a review on, and I probably won't get everything in here because I've only got like 10 minutes of recording time on the phone. But I needed to get this out here because this is a book that kept me captivated throughout the entire book, made me think, and had parts in it that I didn't like, but made me so desperate for the sequel that I've already ordered the sequel before I've done the book review, which for me is very strange. I usually do the review and all of my bookworking stuff before I do the sequel as like a little reward for myself, but I've already ordered it because I enjoyed this book so much. So the book review I have to do today is Anne McCaffrey's Dragon Riders of Pern, Dragongirl by Todd McCaffrey. Now, I've read a few of the other of Todd's stuff, and I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the same as Anne's stuff, but I enjoyed it. But this book, it pulls you in, and it's a continuation from the book beforehand, so you already are invested. And right at the beginning, you get your reminder about the plague that's destroying all the dragons. Then you get a woman who is able to come up and cure the plague. But the plague has taken so much and has damaged so much that even though there's a cure, there's just not enough dragons. And the story is about how they try to find a way to get past that, because the dragons can go in between times, but all of the time behind in the past has been used up, so they can't use that. So throughout the book, they're fighting Thread and getting just absolutely annihilated, and they haven't got a solution, and they're just bravely going on. There's a point in the book where they fight Thread, and then time back to try to help themselves fight Thread. So you already know going back to fight Thread the second time if you're going to die, because you've seen it the first time, and these characters are going to go out and be like, okay, so be it, I die, I die. That part of the book was heart-wrenching. The interesting part about this book, and I think maybe Todd's a bit of a different kind of fellow who looks at the world a bit differently, and this is the part where I didn't kind of mesh, because I think I'm old-fashioned. They have their mating flights, right? And when the queen rises, whoever the queen mates with becomes the wear leader with the queen. So because the person that had controlled the dragon that won the flight was in like a comatose, there was another pair who controlled that dragon for the flight. So anyway, it ended up that there was a foursome of 2 males and 2 females running this wear, and all of them in love with each other, trying to run this basically a military operation. And I just didn't like it. Like the relationship was written really well and very realistic, but I guess I'm kind of old-fashioned. I mean, I don't care what sex the relationship is. It can be 2 females, 2 males, whatever. But I think there should be one of each, because I think once you get more than one of each, you've got too many chefs in the kitchen, if you know what I mean. And I think there was a bit of that there, and it just made it hard for me to follow, because the relationship kind of got in the way of the crisis. So he threw that in there, and that being different, and then he also threw in a dragon bonding with a girl that doesn't usually bond with a girl, so then that's different. Plus he threw in that this queen rider doesn't follow any of the traditions of the wear, and like all of that is kind of thrown out the wayside. So everything's kind of changed at once, which I found to be a little bit, I don't know if it's overwhelming or too much to change at once in a series that's very traditional. That part I kind of didn't like, but I adored the ramifications of a plague, even though it's been cured, still being deadly enough to destroy the world. I love that the aftermath wasn't just kind of forgotten about in the plague. I love the interactions between different people. It was heartfelt, and it was real, and it was raw. I really enjoyed the book. And I think I read the book in a week, and it's a good sized book, right? And again, I've already ordered the second book in this like series. So I'm excited for that book, but as I was ordering the second book, because I had to find the correct title, because I guess the title in the back of this book is different, I did get a chance to look at some of the reviews for the second book, And none of the reviews were really all that positive, which has me a bit worried. Which is why I don't often read reviews before I order or read the book, because I don't want it to taint my opinion of the book. But really enjoyed Dragongirl. It was a really different outlook. It felt like an entire lifetime went through from page 1 to the ending page. I understand now why the book before did not have the mating flight of the main character, because it was so different in this book. I just wish that it wasn't as drastically different as it was, because I kind of like tradition, but I mean, I did ask for mating flight, and I did say that it had to be something special if you're not going to give it to us in the first book, so I'm kind of having to eat my own words here. But all in all, I well done. Just a really, really good book. The ending was, I almost had it thought of, like I had an inkling of a thought of it while I was thinking about the book and how they would fix it. It was a heartbreaking ending. I just, it's one of those books where I've read this and now I want to go back and read the first one again, like the first one of the entire series. Like, I won't do that, but just a very good, very well written book with different points of view that, well, maybe that's why he did make the relationships as different as it was. Maybe it's time that I did open my mind to different types of relationships in books. But just, well done. Well done, Todd. I really hope you keep this up, because I'm thrilled with this book. So, thank you very much, guys. I'm going to get this posted as soon as I can, and I will let you know when I have another book read. Have yourselves a good day.